with shawty, tell her bring it back, just like that. I might just throw some racks, just like that. Little baby, bring it back.
What's going on? Thank you for joining. What's going on, everyone? Thank you for joining Zay After Dark. I appreciate y'all for joining me. You can probably tell by the title what this video is going to be about, but basically, I want to talk about the power of positive thinking and, you know, the effects of negative thinking as well. Before I get into that, I want to say one thing. A lot of these videos are going to start the same way because all of these videos that you see, hold on, let me see something. Y'all prefer it dark like this? We're going to probably switch it up. See, y'all let me know. A lot of these videos that y'all are going to see are all going to come from simply me just having a thought and just taking it further, because that's what I do with everything. So, lately, I've been thinking a lot about life, like always, but one thought that's been real heavy on my mind is I've been thinking kind of that really we have so much more control over our lives than we tend to give ourselves credit for. Like, what I mean by that is everything in life that comes your way, you have a choice on how you want to respond to it and whether or not you're going to respond to it negatively or positively, and how you take things and how you decide to receive information. You have pretty much full control over that. You always have a choice. It just more so about what choice you make that leads to a certain outcome. So we have a lot more control over our lives and the way our lives go than we think. And a lot of it comes down to positive and negative thinking. Seeing a situation negatively versus seeing a situation positively can greatly impact the way that things go for you. The power of positive thinking and how you can apply these principles to your life to help improve yourself. And keep in mind, when y'all watching these videos are not just for y'all. These videos are for me as well, because what I'm simply doing when I'm bringing you guys these videos, I'm simply asking a question about life, determined to find an answer. I just break it down to myself. This is all really things I do on a regular. I just want to share it to y'all so y'all could kind of see how I think and get some information and things like that as well. Now, I want to start with negative thinking because I want y'all to understand why negative thinking is so bad in the first place before we even get into positive thinking and how to apply positive thinking in your life. We have to completely understand what negative thinking does to us and how it affects our life. I think there are multiple forms of negative thinking, right? But I think one of the worst forms of negative thinking, and probably one of the most common forms of negative thinking, is assuming that the worst will happen when really you have no idea what could happen. Assuming the worst out of any situation will be a huge downfall in the growth and the development of your future. A lot of times we assume the worst will happen in a situation. I think there are many reasons why we do this, but I want to give some examples or I'll give an example or so of a real life situation where this is regularly happening to people, mainly targeted towards us men, but ladies, y'all can find a competitive alternative as well. All right, so let's discuss approaching women for a moment, right? Every man will tell you, I don't know if they'll tell you, but every man knows that there is at least a point in their life where approaching women is a scary task, where it's just, it's just a scary task. I'm about to get into why I think that it becomes so much harder of a task than it really should be, because if you think about it, really approaching women should be a natural thing, because it's something we've been doing since before our time, something we've had to do since before our time. If you wanted to get to know somebody and, like, networking was inevitable, you had to do it. There was no social media where you could reach somebody from across the world on the platform. There was no, Nick wasn't sending, my fault for the N-word. People weren't sending messenger pigeons to communicate with women that they like. You had to talk to her. There was really no other way. And unfortunately, some men never even get over this fear of approaching women. There are some people who, who grow of much older age and still haven't lost that fear. And it's a big hindrance. It's not just approaching women, just approaching really people in general, just learning to break the ice and start conversation with people. You build connections that are strong and will help you in life. You don't see it yet, but I promise it will. You know, if you want to pursue a certain career and you need to go to college, you need to go to school, you know, you need to get scholarships. Shit, I don't know nothing about none of that, but I know for a fact that it will be a lot easier if you build certain relationships and people in those fields who already have that, you know, that platform to help you. Building relationships is absolutely crucial to, you know, progressing, whatever you want to call it. You could just sit there and try to do everything on your own, but you'll quickly realize that it's hard. It's impossible, if not very difficult. But back to approaching women, I do believe that there's really only one main reason why approaching women would ever be a scary task. And it's simply because we assume the worst will happen. If we did not assume the worst will happen, there really wouldn't be any fear, in my opinion. So men watching this, or women, think about the last time you approached the individual. Men, think about the last time you approached a woman. What are some of the thoughts that went through your head? Maybe you thought, you know, what if I'm not her type? Maybe you thought, maybe she has a boyfriend. What if she thinks I'm weird? What if she doesn't like me? What if I get up there and I don't know what to say? Things like that. These are probably thoughts that have went through your head. Ladies, think about the last time you wanted to text your crush. You wanted to hit up your crush and, you know, confess your feelings or whatever the case may be. Maybe you thought, what if he doesn't respond? What if he thinks I'm weird? What if he thinks I'm coming off thirsty, or whatever the case may be? These are all examples of assuming the worst out of a situation. Listen to what you're saying. What if this, what if that. Whenever you say what if, it means you don't know. But I always say this, the great thing about not knowing is there's only one way to find out, and it's to find out. It's so simple. And another thing I say all the time is simple, not easy. A lot of things in life are simple, but aren't easy. And this is a good example of it. And what that basically means, for anyone who is a little confused about that, simple meaning that it's very easy to comprehend. The steps are very easy. Like for example, losing weight is a very simple concept, but it's not easy to do. When you think losing weight, you simply have to consume less calories than you exert daily. That's the simplest thing I can think of. It's so simple, but it's not easy, because it's hard to deny hunger when eating is something we need to do to survive. So it's difficult to deny the fact that we're hungry to try to lose weight. Foods are tempting. These good, delicious foods are tempting to us, and it's hard for us to ignore that temptation when we're hungry, right? Going to the gym, it's difficult. Trying to run in the morning, you see what I'm saying? It's simple, but it's not easy. A lot of things in life are like that, and once you understand that, then I think it'll be very helpful for you. But like I said, this is very simple, but not easy. So like I said, there's only one way to find out, and it's to find out. It's very simple. But we tend to overcomplicate it by assuming the worst outcome. So we take something that's so simple and make it this very complex thing when it's really not. And I'm going to get more into that about approaching women as well. This is not a video about approaching women, but I think this is a very relatable topic to help y'all understand where I'm going with this. Instead of overthinking and saying, you know, think about all these possible outcomes. Like I said, you don't know what's going to happen. So, and the only way to find out is to find out. So when you go into these situations, you have to understand that. And once you understand that, it should make it a little bit easier. Still not going to make it easy, but it's going to make it a little bit easier for you. The truth of the matter is, you want this person. You think they look good, whatever the case is, whatever reason you're attracted to them is up to you. But the bottom line is you want them, and that's really all there is to it. There's no way, shape, or form you could ever know what's going to happen when you go over there. It might not go the way you want to, or it could go better than you ever expected. And that's the kind of mindset you want to have. You really want to do no thinking, but if you have to think anything, think, what if it could go better than I ever expected? This will leave your mind wondering what kind of greatness can arise from the situation that you're about to get yourself into. And if you're any intelligent person, sorry if I'm coming off more aggressive, but if you're an intelligent person, that should be enough to at least push you to want to approach this person or want to attack this situation or this challenge, wherever it's going on right now. And naturally, as people, this wonder makes us want to find out. It's the curiosity that we have as people, something that we're born with. And as you grow older, that curiosity may or may not get stronger depending on, the course of your life and how things have went for you. But a lot of times that curiosity is enough to make us want to find out. It's something that's an almost not, I won't say it's impossible to avoid, but it's much harder. You have to be very disciplined to try to avoid that kind of curiosity. But curiosity is a part of our nature. I've had, people always say, yo, what should I say to her when I go over there? Or, what should I text him, this and that? The truth is, you're really never gonna know what to say. You should not be sitting there trying to think and come up with something to say when you go over there, because you never know what will happen when you go over there. You don't know how she's gonna react when you introduce yourself. You never know what could happen and how you can play off on any situation. So you have to go in with an open mind and trust yourself to be in the moment and come up with things as you go. You don't need these fancy lines. All you need is to be you and have good energy. Simple as that. This is the strength of positive thinking, but the good news is it does not end there. You must allow yourself to attack every situation with positive thinking. Every challenge that you face, everything that comes, to your life, you have to be able to attack it with positive energy. Everybody knows that life is going to hit you with challenges, and they're really unexpected, but a lot of times we feel that they come when we're trying to do good in life. And I personally feel like that as well. Whenever you're trying to do your best in life, that's normally when you get hit with these challenges. Now, the challenges could definitely hit you when you're down, but I think it's harder for us to notice that we get hit with challenges when we're down because we're already down. But when you're slightly moving up and you're starting to actually increase, I think it's much more noticeable when those challenges do hit you in those moments. But a lot of people take those challenges and they say, you know what? The world doesn't want to see me win. God doesn't want to see me win, using their beliefs as excuses to not achieve what they want to achieve. But the truth is, these challenges are meant to help you, I believe. These challenges are meant to scope you and build your character. I call it character development. That's a real thing. These challenges are made to build character and help you get through basically, if you could get through these challenges, it's kind of like setting you up for what you want to achieve, right? So what I mean by that, you say you want this and you say you want that, okay? Life says, okay, you want this, you want that. But are you strong enough to take it? Are you strong enough to have it? Are you strong enough to hold what you say you want in your hands? You have to have the awareness and the positive mindset to see these not as a downfall or a step back or a hardship, but to see this as nothing more than a divot you have to jump to get to your destination. That's the best way to think about it. The difficulty of these challenges completely depends on the attitude you decide to approach these challenges with. If you approach it with a negative attitude, these challenges are going to be so much harder to face because you already think you lost or you already think you're losing. But when you approach it with a positive mindset, it's not saying, okay, the world has it against me, but you think, okay, the world is trying to help me get to where I want to be. This is nothing but a challenge I have to face, a divot I have to jump to get to my destination. I simply have to, destroying this challenge, killing this challenge right here will make me stronger. It's nothing but character development and building me as a person. These small decisions that feel like they're targeted and it's like a lot of pressure going on, you have to be able to work under pressure to succeed in almost any field. That's kind of like an undeniable trait you have to have. The world sees what you're trying to do, and I'm gonna get into this a little bit more, so I'm gonna hold off on that. But actually, I'll talk about it right now. For example, right? Everybody says they want to become rich. Now, if you sit there and think about it, which I want you to think about it for a second, think about a goal that you have or something you want to achieve, right? Let's just say I'm gonna use being rich for an example because I hear it all the time. Everybody says that they want to be rich. It's easy to say you want to be rich. But you have to have certain traits, character traits, I call them, and you need to have certain skills and character traits to be able to maintain a rich lifestyle, right? Maybe you need patience, you need time management, good patience. You need to be able to work under pressure, like I said. You have to be able to hold yourself accountable. You need the self-discipline to stay focused, things like that. You need all these skills and character traits to be able to maintain or even obtain a rich or wealthy lifestyle, right? So what does the world say? The world says, okay, this is what they want. This is what you want, right? The world kind of makes a list of things that you need for you. Even if you don't know, they already have the list written out. This is a list of things that you need, character traits and skills you need to be able to obtain what you want right here. So the world goes, okay, you know what? I don't believe this person is strong enough to have this. And it is your job to prove the world wrong. The world might not have your best interest, but it definitely doesn't have your worst. It wants to see you grow, but you have to make the world believe. I'm not saying God or anything because I don't know what everybody believes, but let's say the world. You have to make the world believe. You have to convince the world that you deserve to have what you want. You're willing to put in the time, the effort, the pain, all of that to get what you want, right? So this is the list. Okay, not only does it make this list of things that you need, but it takes this list and it throws corresponding challenges at you it throws challenges at you that if you happen to overcome will get you these skills. You see what I'm saying? So let's say this skill is patience, right? You need patience. Your patience will be tested often, more often than you feel like it normally is. And it's up to you to have the awareness and the mindset to be able to see this as a good thing, as a challenge to help you improve. See what I'm saying? I use basketball all the time. It's the best reference to me. I don't know. In basketball, the players who face a better player, a player with great defense, amazing offense, someone that seems almost unbeatable, the people who see these people and get mad that they have to play against or get annoyed or make excuses, these people aren't going to make it in basketball. But the people that see this person as a challenge that they have to overcome, okay, this person's better than me. I got to keep training. I got to work on how to defend this move because he's doing this a lot. And some of them are even have such good awareness and such developed mindset that they're able to make these adjustments in game because they're constantly thinking of how to improve. They're seeing this as a challenge that they have to overcome. It's like the world put it in my hands and it's my choice. I have the choice on whether or not I want to take this challenge on or if I want to say, you know what, that's too difficult. The world doesn't want to see me win, which a lot of people do, but you can't view things like that. Simply put, these challenges are only meant to help you improve. But if you don't have the positive thinking and the positive mindset to view it in this way, then you're not allowing it to do its thing. You're not allowing life to take its course. Yes, I said you have almost full control of everything that happens. Not everything that happens to you, but you have control over how you choose to respond to things. But you have to also let life take its course. You don't have control over life itself. You have control over what you do with your life and the choices you make, but life is going to do what life does. It's up to you to choose how you want to respond to it. Do you want to respond to it positively or negatively? That will ultimately give you different results. Much different results. But I'm telling you, you want these results. You want the positive thinking to give you the results you want. Now, that's pretty much the end of this video. I really enjoy y'all. I really enjoy y'all's company. Thank you for joining me for yet another video. I really do appreciate all the support you guys been giving me. I'm gonna try to drop 2 videos a week. I'm not sure if I said that in my last video, but hopefully you're seeing this video on Sunday. If you're seeing this video on Sunday, that means I was locked in and I did what I was supposed to do. So commend me for that. Drop your opinion down in the comments. I love reading the comments. Instagram will be linked in the description down below. Thank you for joining me. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace out.